In this episode, I'm going to share how easy it is to prepare shop kind Indian sweets known as mithai at home, and I'm going to walk you through step by step and show how to prepare this mithai. This is pan masala mithai, but once you watch this video, I'm sure you will get several ideas to prepare a variety of mithai at home. I am not so much into making mithai, but honestly, I am having fun preparing this kind of मिठाई. तो आज हम बनाएंगे मुखवास की मिठाई. Namaste! Welcome to my mini mithai mart. As you can see, I have prepared so many yummy sweets and I'm going to show you how I managed to prepare big batch of mithai, which is basically Indian sweets, desserts. Now in this case, these are not just a dessert, but they also work as a mouth freshener. And this is called Meetha Pan Mithai. Meetha Pan is basically after meal mouth freshener known as Mukwas. तो चलो शुरू करते हैं बनाना मिठाई. First, let's go to the garden and get some fresh betel leaves. My garden is blooming with lots of Nagarvelna pan, which is betel leaves in English. Betel leaves are actually very healthy, and if you can make use of it often, it's good for your health. And I normally prepare few savory and spicy recipes here and there, but I am not so much into dessert. But this time I thought I want to prepare some dessert since festival season is coming, and so what could be better than preparing something out of natural ingredients as much as you can. So let me share where I started. Let me show you first how I prepare the special masala for preparing this sweet. And I normally prepare very simple masala, which is consists of elaichi, which is cardamom, cloves, which is loving, also known as, and kesar, saffron. So these are the three ingredients makes amazing meetha pan masala. Into the spice grinder, I'm going to take long, known as cloves. As you might have heard, when it comes to pan, the song is very popular. Longa elaichi ka pira banaya. So here I have elaichi, cardamom, saffron, kesar, and grind all this together like so. As you can see, it is kind of a fine powder and smells amazing here. I prefer to store into an airtight container since I may not be able to use all of it, but I can use it next time. So I'm just going to go ahead and store into the container. You know, there are a lot of flavors infused in a meetha pan, like chutneys and all that, which I'm going to show you. This is like a kesar chutney, and this is a Hira Moti from Himalaya brand. These are the stuff that you can get from Indian grocery. These kind of ingredients not just add flavors, but the aroma is so amazing. So if you can get hold of these things, you can. But if you can't find, don't worry. The masala is enough to infuse the flavors in meetha pan. But these are some great stuff you can use. Also katho I use. So those are the few things that you can use, optional, but kind of add lots of flavor, and I highly recommend to use those ingredients. Now to prepare the stuffing, I'm going to actually make literally the real meetha pan. So here I have all the ingredients. There are a lot of ingredients goes in meetha pan. I have already shared the dedicated video of how to make meetha pan, which you can just wrap in betel leaves, or you can just actually fill in the cups like this. This is perfect for party, wedding especially. It's very popular these days. I see pan mithai and pan masala like this are very common, distributed during like ceremony, you know, some sort of a treat to the guest. So you could do that. That's what I shared in my video earlier, how to prepare the mitha pan masala, and then you can stuff like this. So let's prepare the mitha pan using all these ingredients now. Into the blender cup, take cashews, raisins, gulkand, tutti frutti, khajur, variali, also known as sauf, dhania dal, magastari. Here I have pan katha known as. So just going to add a little bit just for the flavor. Usually it is spreaded on pan with a little bit of water, kind of by making paste. So this is what it is, pan katha. Then here I have some spicy ingredients. So here I have the one I prepared. I'm going to add about half teaspoon. And here I have Hira Moti. It is from Himalaya brand. It's very fragrant and kind of a very distinct flavor of this ingredient, and brings amazing flavor in pan. So I'm just going to add about 1/4 teaspoon. It's just good enough to bring that wow flavor. And here I have this chutney. It is basically saffron blend chutney, like kesar blend chutney, and these also require very little amount. So basically here I'm kind of preparing mitha pan, which I'm going to use as stuffing. I simply love the flavor of it. And gulkand that I added, it's homemade, and I have already shared the recipe on how to make gulkand at home. And all these ingredients are smelling so amazing here. I can't express how amazing the aroma here is. So this is how it looks like, the chutney bottle. I got it from Indian grocery. Go ahead and blend till it forms kind of a lump, like so. So as you can see, it is coarsely ground mixture now. So this is perfect for stuffing because it won't fall off easily when you eat the mithai, the sweet that we are preparing. So this is how I like to keep the stuffing. Here I have pan, betel leaves, and I prefer to remove the veins of pan. So I have the betel leaves ready to use. Make sure to wash them really well. So let's work on the betel leaves now. And I'm going to take about 15 pan, since I'm making in a big quantity. Just roughly tear them apart. This will give natural green color, but if you do not have fresh betel leaves and if you don't get the desired color, you can add edible food color. Next, add condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, and this is 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk. Blend to a smooth paste. So here is how it looks like, light green, pistachio green color, and if desired you can add food color. Be sure to use quality food color, just a couple of drops. I do not add food color in the beginning because I want to make sure what kind of a color I get. It helps to determine how much of drops you need. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend one more time. Now today I decided to make two kinds of sweet. Basically they are very similar, but you can just watch this whole video and just figure out which way you want to go. Basically I prepare the same masala stuffing for all of the sweets that I'm making, and then you can change the outer layer depending on the recipe that you want to prepare. If you just want to prepare the laddus, you do not have to add milk powder, but if you want to make kind of a shape, cone shape, then I recommend that add at least a little amount of milk powder to give that the stickiness, so that you can shape it however you want. And I noticed that even if you do not add any milk powder, you can still make any shape you want to, but it just kind of makes it a little harder. So I decided to use milk powder, but if you do not have, you can just go ahead and try without milk powder even. To prepare the base for the pan shape, I'm using almond, coconut powder and milk powder. You can make with only almond, milk and coconut, but I want kind of a little sticky mixture, so I'm using milk powder as well. But if you are following vegan diet, you can just leave out the milk powder, or if you don't have even, then you can leave out milk powder. Heat up the pan on a medium, low to medium. The pan is just slightly warm, so I'm going to go ahead and add coconut powder at this time. And just a dry roast coconut. Keep stirring. I am not adding any kind of ghee or the coconut oil or anything because of the fact that the ingredients like coconut, almond release their own natural oil, so I don't find it necessary to start with ghee or clarified butter known as. This recipe can be done without any cooking, just by mixing all the ingredients, but I prefer to dry roast first my ingredients a little bit to enhance the flavor. And the ingredients, specifically if they have been sitting into the refrigerator, I definitely recommend that lightly roast all your ingredients because for this recipe we need kind of a pliable mixture. You don't have to cook it, but this is my personal preference that I like to cook all the ingredients slightly till they release the aroma. Now I can see that coconut has become kind of little shiny. I can see oil in the pan even. At this time, ready to add almond powder. Other kind of nut powder like pistachio powder, cashew powder, almond powder, just go ahead and use your favorite. Even peanut powder can be used. So once the kaju powder is mixed well, go ahead and add milk powder now. Now as I said, milk powder is totally optional, but because I want kind of a pliable sticky mixture, I'm adding milk powder here. Be sure to take a good non-stick pan and with the heavy bottom of the pan. Now I can see that it's getting a little brown, the mixture, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the stove now and keep mixing. You see the brown stuff coming from the bottom, so be very careful. Just keep stirring and remove the pan from the stove to stop further cooking. And now ready to add our prepared condensed milk and pan mixture. The stove is still off. I'm just going to turn on the stove if needed, but before that I'm just going to go ahead and mix everything really well. So keep stirring and keep mixing, and you may need a little bit more condensed milk. If the mixture is too dry, you can add condensed milk. So adjust everything as per your preference. As you can see, the mixture is pretty dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more condensed milk. Be sure to keep checking by tasting it. You don't want to make it too sweet. But since the quantity is bigger, in my case, I'm going to add half can of condensed milk, which is about 200 grams more again. So now it should be fine, and I want that sticky mixture to prepare the pan shape. Once everything is mixed well, turn on the stove on a low to medium, or just keep it on low if you are not sure. And now just cook the mixture until it's like well combined and looks nice and pliable, thick mixture. Now remember that as mixture cools, it becomes thicker and thicker, so do not overcook the mixture. As you can see, the mixture is already nice and thick, but just cook for a little bit. We want kind of a pliable mixture so that we can shape into the cones to prepare kind of a pan shape. Now at this time, I'm going to go ahead and add our prepared masala, which is elaichi, kesar, and long, cloves, cardamom, and saffron. So I added into the stuffing, and I'm also adding here in the outer layer as well. Now it smells amazing here. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the stove and let the mixture cool. Alright, so the mixture has cooled down, and as you can see, it is nice and pliable mixture. And here I'm taking wax paper. This is rolling board, rolling pin, and this is how we are going to prepare our mithai, the pan mithai. So here we have the stuffing that we prepared, and I'm using coconut oil to grease my hands, or wherever I need to grease something, the rolling pin or anything, I prefer to use coconut oil. So let's start making pan mithai. Let me show you how to make this beautiful pan mithai. So from the mixture, first I'm going to grease my hands with coconut oil and take about little smaller than tennis size of a ball the mixture. The size could be your choice. You can make small pan mithai or big pan mithai. I'm going to make kind of a medium pan mithai, and I prefer to grease the wax paper as well. Funny, right? I mean, wax paper I'm using just to prevent a lot of mess here on my rolling board, but then I always like to grease my wax paper as well, and then just press it and roll it. Not too thin, not too thick. You want to keep it nice and pliable. It should not break when you prepare the pan. And since we have added milk powder and condensed milk, those two ingredients helps to make the shapes you want. Divide this rolled dough into 4 portions, like so. Then using the spatula, just remove the one part at a time. This is really sticky mixture, but this is how we want, because we want to make the shape out of it. So now take the little amount of stuffing and place on here and shape into kind of a form here, like narrow and then going towards here little wide, something like this. And then you can stuff a little bit more if you want, or less, however you like, and then just go ahead and shape. So just bring 2 ends together and then press everything and form into cone shape like this, and then just gently roll between 2 of your palm to make it nice and smooth. As you can see, because we have a sticky mixture, it helps us to prepare the pan really well, very quickly. So here I have the pan mithai ready, and I'm going to prepare the remaining pan mithai the very same way. If desired, you can just open up this a little bit more to show off your stuffing, or you can just simply go ahead and add a little bit more once you form that cone, something like that. All right, so I'm going to keep making the remaining pan mithai. Doesn't it look amazing? Look at it. And we're going to decorate it even more, and they will look just absolutely beautiful. My mother-in-law is helping me here because I'm making big batch of mithai. Alright, so I'm going to show you one more. Just take a little amount of coconut oil and take about little smaller than tennis size of a ball, flatten it, and grease wax paper a little bit. And now I'm using 2 wax papers, and just simply roll it as thin as possible, but not too thin. And then I'm using this, it's helping to perform the task faster. So just divide in 4 quarters, and then just lift with this dough scraper, and then just go ahead and stuff. And when you fold, be sure to fold in like kind of a going towards this direction and going down kind of a little bit like this, so that the stuffing is visible. And then just go ahead and seal all the seams, and here is how this looks like. And then with your gentle hand, just to give it a roll to make it smooth. So here is the last one, and I prepared a few other shapes like this, like a boat kind. So the pan shape mithai is ready, and now I'm going to show you how easy it is to prepare pan laddus. Look at this amazing, beautiful looking pan laddus. Prepare the balls out of the masala pan mixture, the stuffing mixture basically that we prepared. Alright, so here I'm done making all the balls. Look at how beautiful they look. Looks like just pan. For the decoration, you can use cupcake liners like this. I usually find these around Easter, and I just make collection of decorative cupcake liners like this, and I can just use later, not just for Easter but for many of my Indian recipes mostly. And these are the regular cupcake liners, just a white one. So if you can't find any like these fancy ones, you can go ahead and use the regular cupcake liners. And I have everything ready now. The base for the pan, our pan laddu, and for the rolling, here I have the coconut, and this is a dry coconut powder. I'm going to take one small plate, and here I have the ice cream scoop I'm going to use just for the purpose of same size of balls. So take the amount the way you want, whether you want to prepare small balls or the big balls, small laddus or big laddus basically, and then just make a dent in the middle like this, and just go ahead and pop our pan laddu in it, and then just wrap around. And pretty easy to make pan laddus. Just make it as much smooth as you can. Look at this, looks amazing. And just roll into coconut. You can also use silver warak, edible silver warak, for the great look. or you can just keep them as it is. But here is how it looks like with the rolled into dry coconut. So our one pan laddu is ready, and the same way I'm going to prepare the remaining laddus. Just as I said, place them in to the cupcake liner and continue making the remaining laddus. So this setting actually works really great for me, using ice cream scoop and prepare the laddus. As you can see, without any ghee, laddus turns out amazing, nice and smooth. So just lightly roll into coconut. Here I have the white one, the white cupcake liner. So just going to use both kinds. Then top it up with cherry. If you have some cherry on hand, look at how amazing it looks. And now it's fun part. Here I have edible silver leaf, which is known as varak in India. Totally optional. As you can see, these sweets are looking yummy just as it is. I mean, very inviting. But since I'm preparing this for the community event, I thought that I would like to use silver leaf. I got this from Amazon, and it says pure silver leaf, and by the way, it came from Florida, so I'm like, okay, it's good. So let's decorate now all these beauties with more beautiful layer. And I do not use too much of silver leaf, just like in a random places, like a little bit. Specifically, you may want to do on top only. You do not have to have a silver leaf or at the base of the sweet or the bottom of the sweet. That is how I do, so I can save a lot of time, a lot of silverware, because we don't need to eat too much of it, right? So let's get started. The silver leaf work is very, very delicate, and it needs to be handled with very good care, extreme good care, I should say that. So I'm going to try my best. I'm not so good at this, but let's try. Carefully remove from the packaging, and then as you can see, these are like 25 sheets in this packaging, and you can imagine how thin it is with 25 sheets even. So that's right here we have the work. Now the best way to handle this is not to leave the work. Instead, just take your sweets, and as I said, I'm just going to apply on the top. So what I normally do, just put it on a silver leaf and just carefully remove it immediately with a care, because you don't want to. And then you can just use your hand gently and just apply in random places. And look at this. So I'm going to finish with all these pan mithai, and it's going to take a little long time since I have to be very careful with these things. And I will see you again when I'm done with all the sweets. For the laddus, the same thing. I'm just going to do on one side, just the top of the laddu. So just go ahead and just do randomly like so. And I'm going to finish with the remaining laddus. So the side that you apply the work, just keep that side up. And this edible silver work actually has distinguished flavor. It's not just for the decoration, but it brings that unique flavor as well. This time I'm just going to go ahead and put few of them and see how that works. Let's check this. So you can do that to make it easier. Just place all the sweets on it and then just adjust it. You know what I'm doing now? I'm just arranging all the sweets on it so that I have the most use of a silver leaf. So I just then go ahead and lift. So as you can see, this way it is easier, but still be very gentle as much as you can. So the one that I have on the side extra, I just grab one of the sweet laddu and then just apply on that, just like that. So now it's getting easier. Alright, so I am done with all the mithai, as you can see. And to plate it up, now you can just cut from the middle and again cut. So you can cut in a quarter, or you can cut in a flower like this, the one that I have already shared, and let's just fan it out so that people can see what's inside. You see that? And this way it looks better than just a laddu. Now that I'm very close to putting things together and about to finalize, just wanted to share some tips that I usually visit Dollar Tree when I have to host any kind of party, because you can get lots of cute stuff for your party with less money, obviously. So these kind of plates, I got it from Dollar Tree, and it's just for $1. So as you can see, it is very kind of a Indian traditional plate looks like, and I thought that I want to use this kind, but you can use any kind. If you have something like this, you know, any kind of plates or any kind of a platter that you have, you can use. But I couldn't find something very special, and since I put a lot of efforts in making this mithai, I thought that I want to get something really nice and cool looking plates. Look at these beautiful looking plates. So welcome back to my mini mithai mart. I am a little too crazy about mitha pan. I have already shared a few recipes using mitha pan, and I have already shared even how to make a mitha pan masala at home. I tried my best to show you all possible ways to prepare this mithai the way you want. You can make without any work by just decorating with just rolling the balls into coconut, or you can just go ahead and do a little extra work like I did. But anyhow you prepare this sweet, this mithai is just amazing. As soon as you put like one bite of this mithai in your mouth, it's like will wake you up. And I can't just wait to try out. I don't want to mess up my decoration, so here I have the one right here. I'm just going to bite into. I already know how amazing it tastes, but I think when I taste, you can see that you need to go into the kitchen and make some. Can't tell you how good it is. This coming Diwali or Navratri or any of your special occasion, be sure to make this. Now you might have questioned what to do if we don't have any bitter leaves. Usually Indian grocery they do sell sometimes in some states, and mostly in India it's easy to find anywhere. So you can do that, or if you want to make without any bitter leaves, you can still make it. You just have to add more green color to it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please do like and comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new recipe videos every week. You can also visit my website bhavnaskitchen.com for new tips, tricks and ideas in the kitchen. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Bhavna's Kitchen is everywhere. You can download Bhavna's Kitchen apps totally free on your iOS, Android and many other mobile devices. You can watch me on a big TV screen using Roku, Amazon Fire or YouTube app itself. Thanks for watching and see you soon.